the Oracle E cards. These are from Pam Grout and Colette Baron Reed. I really enjoyed these as well. These are another favorite deck of mine. Look. So, what is in the air today? What is the energy? What is the message for us all? Alrighty. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Alrighty, here we go. Surprise, laser beam 39. The 39 laser beam says, bring your attention back to the center, back to your intention. You've been wavering a bit, but all it takes to achieve your desires is a little bit of concentration. Focus on what you want, then focus again for extra laser-like precision and clarity. Relish the sweet feeling of zeroing in on that finish line. Wowza. I was reflecting before about how we are all creators, not separate. There's nothing external of us. We are the creator of our lives. And when you really sit with that, that's empowering. That is like some serious heavy duty, hello, wake up call. Because only you have control over your life and your circumstances. And every choice you've made up to this point and the points after are a result of the responsibility that you yourself are the creator of. So whatever you choose in every moment is creating your now, your future, and that's the gift. And that's all in you. Nobody else is doing it to you or for you. Even the people who show up to you are showing up to you as a result of you and those choices you've made. Now, every time you meet someone, think, reflect, wow, how are they serving from where I've been? How did they show up to me from a choice I might have made? Because when you meet someone, they're meeting you where you're at. And then like yesterday when I talked about triggers, that's huge. So we are setting off a certain vibration that it draws in and attracts other people. Sometimes it's a vibration that we may have dropped back down into an old pattern or a belief. And they're just showing up to kind of stir the pot and remind us how far you've come. How far have I come? Am I still in that old space? Or am I just being reminded of how far I've come from that space? Even when someone shows up and you're just annoyed, frustrated, triggered, stressed out, like, oh my gosh, what is this all about? Why is this still happening to me? Well, maybe it isn't still happening to you. You're just seeing it that way because you're comparing it to where you've been. And where you've been is not necessarily where you're going, but it's preparing you in every moment for the beautiful gifts that you're creating along your path. So maybe grab a little basket and just start sprinkling some rose petals, because the reality is only you know you, and your past and your future is all in your own hands. It all starts up in here in the mind. The second card is Smooth and Easy, 28. Smooth and easy. What does that mean to you? Smooth and easy means to me accepting life with ease and grace and recognizing that there is no such thing as bad. That when I actually accept it, it is all working out for me. You are on easy street, my friend. The Red Sea has parted, and you are now free to roam the planet. All obstacles have disappeared. Doors and windows are flying open. There is not a thing that can stop you but you. When you own that you yourself are the creator, that you are the laser beam, you have the focus, the power to have it smooth and easy. Smooth and easy, baby. But it's all a choice in how you show up. Life is not as difficult unless we think it's so. And that is the major gift today, is how can you move with ease and grace, smooth and easy, open up those floodgates, and allow yourself to land at that finish line, that laser beam focus of whatever it is you want to create and experience. That's in your hands. And you can choose the hard way, or you can choose the easy way. Some people still feel they need to work through life the hard way because they're in survival mode. And what that means is they're still in those lower chakras, all about safety, security, and the perfection of how it needs to be for them to feel like they're winning, that they're doing well, that they're able to grow. I found for myself, if it didn't look distinctly different from my past, and that I didn't see some clear, kapow, then I wasn't really seeing change. So extreme, right? If I'm expecting an extreme change or shift, instead of recognizing life is sometimes so subtle and it's always working out for me, then I may miss the blessings and the gifts that are right there. So don't get caught up in extreme. If you're an extremist, then you're probably in those survival modes, those survival chakras that are really all about the fear of the past sometimes, the fear of going back to places that you don't want to be. So it doesn't need to be this dramatic, oh my gosh, the world just shifted and all my blessings and gifts are coming here right now. No, sometimes you don't even see it until all of a sudden, wow, it's been there all along. And then there are those of us who recognize this. And so life is a blessing in every moment. And we understand we don't have to fight. We don't have to struggle or suffer. Because life is not about struggling and suffering. And when we get past those old past patterns and beliefs, then we can have the life of ease and grace. And drop the struggle, drop the survival mode, and move on into the thriving mode. Who's done struggling? Let me know in the comments. Are you done struggling? Are you ready to thrive, not just survive? It's a choice, and that choice is up to you. So cheers to choices, because we all have them. Survival or thrival. And now, The Gifts of Grace by Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. And here's today's message. Faith that overcomes fear. The third method for conquering fear is for those who have faith in a God, their God, and who have given themselves to Him. And God can look like anything. Like I just said, we are the creator. So imagine, and some people are going to be triggered by this. I trust that those of you who know you need to hear this, you get this. That you yourself are the creator. There is no God outside of yourself. It is inside of you. And the sooner you accept that, the less you're going to struggle. You will be thriving. Because you yourself are the one who is creating these opportunities and these struggles and moving through them, owning them, attaining them, accepting them, whatever it is you set for yourself in this lifetime. They belong to Him integrally. All the events of their lives are an expression of the divine will, and they accept them not merely with calm submission, but with gratitude, for they are convinced that whatever happens to them is for their own good. They have a mystical trust in their God and in their personal relationship with Him. They have made an absolute surrender of their will to His and feel His unvarying love and protection, wholly independent of accidents of life and death. They have the constant experience of lying at the feet of their beloved in an absolute self-surrender of being cradled in His arms and enjoying a perfect security. There is no longer any room in their consciousness for fear, anxiety, or torment. All that has been replaced by a calm and delightful bliss. That was written by the Mother. In addition to that, Sri Aurobindo placed on the bottom here, all that happens is for the best. Absolute faith. Faith that what is for the best will happen, but also that if one can make oneself a true instrument, the fruit will be that which one's will, guided by the divine light, sees as the things to be done. And it's called Karta Vayam Karma. It also continues to say that faith, that what happens is always for the best. We may for the moment not consider it as the best because we are ignorant and also blind because we do not see the consequences of things and what will happen later. But we must keep the faith that if it is like that, if we rely on the divine, if we give him the full charge of ourselves, if we let him decide everything for us, well, we must know that it is always what is best for which happens for us. This is an absolute fact. To the extent to which you surrender, that best happens to you. This may not be in conformity with what you would like, your preference or desire, because these things are blind. It is the best from the spiritual point of view, the best for your progress, your development, your spiritual growth, your true life. It is always that. And you must keep this faith, because faith is the expression of a trust in the divine and the full giving, self-giving, you make to the divine. And when you make it, it is something absolutely marvelous. That's a fact. These are not just words. You understand? It is a fact. When you look back, all kinds of things which you did not understand when they happened to you, you realize as just the thing which was necessary in order to compel you to make the needed progress. Always, without exception, it is our blindness which prevents us from seeing it. Let me know how that resonates with you, because I find that pretty powerful and it goes perfectly with the cards, and you can't make this stuff up. This is the reality of life. We tend to think we have the answers. Our mind wants to protect us. It doesn't want to trust in anything it doesn't know, because all we know is based on our past, is based on what we have already experienced. And we cannot dictate what will happen based on that, because if we're living in that still, we're just going to continue to repeat it, because all we think is what we know, which is why it's such a challenge for many to step out of the comfort zone and surrender to the possibility of it being better and more amazing than we could ever imagine. So when we start focusing, meditating, praying upon that which we wish to experience as opposed to what we don't want to experience, we're more likely to draw something more magical into our lives than what we could ever have known. But we have to surrender in not knowing what it will look like, what it'll taste like, feel like, and what that experience will be for us. Sometimes difficult. Because that mind, I'm telling you, just thinks it's protecting you. And we can either be the slave to our mind or the master of it. We get to choose because we are the creators of our lives and our universe. So, of one thing we must be convinced, all that happens is exactly what must happen in order to lead us and the world as quickly as possible to the goal, the union with the divine and ultimately the manifestation of the divine. Whatever that may be for you, there is something bigger and better out in the world. And this faith, sincere and constant, is at once our help and protection. So surrender, not knowing, and allow your life to be magical and live with ease and grace. Because that's all we ever came here to experience, isn't it? Laser beam focus on your goals today. And life, when you surrender, will be smooth and easy. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Be blessed. And don't let the past keep you stressed. Ooh, yeah.